Over the past couple of years, Colorado has received about $12 billion in COVID relief and $6 billion more in infrastructure funding. That kind of money is sure to be a magnet for fraud. But our political specialist Sean Boyd shows us how our Attorney General Phil Weiser is trying to stay one step ahead.
From transportation projects to affordable housing, mental health care to child care, the state has endless needs and limited resources. So when Congress began showering Colorado with billions of dollars, lawmakers got excited. The state's top law enforcement officer,
I got concerned.
Where others saw promise, Attorney General Phil Weiser saw peril.
When massive amounts of money get spent, there is always fraud.
His office has recovered $12 million in Medicaid fraud in just the last couple years.
But other types of fraud where the government is on the hook, we haven't had any tools.
That's because Colorado is one of the few states without a False Claims Act. The AG can file criminal charges in some cases, but there's no civil statute for recovering tax dollars.
All of us are taxpayers. When the public gets cheated, we're all getting cheated.
Weiser fought for a bill to hold cheaters accountable. Under the measure, those who defraud state or local government can be fined $12,000 to $24,000 and ordered to pay back triple the tax dollars they stole. The bill also incentivizes whistleblowers, awarding them up to 30% of the money recovered.
But often when a fraud happens, there are people who know about it and who are looking the other way. The amount of tools that this False Claims Act gives us is a game changer.
In addition to punishment, he says the bill is also about prevention.
If you're a fraudster, you got to think twice about doing your fraud here in Colorado, because we now have tools to go after you.
The bill, which is awaiting the governor's signature, is modeled after the federal False Claims Act, which only applies when the federal government is paying. And the FBI has seen massive amounts of fraud over the last couple years, from $163 billion in suspected unemployment fraud to $76 billion in bogus small business claims. One nonprofit is even charged with stealing $3 million meant for food for needy children. The AG will likely be very busy. In Denver, Sean Boyd covering Colorado First.